Funding provided by
You work hard to feed them well. That's why at Fairway, we're committed to our foundation of personalized service while treating our customers like family and valuing our employees. Fairway Meat and Grocery, that's what we're all about.
by Muscle Lighting, the sports lighting specialists, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
Small businesses are the backbone of Iowa's communities, and they are backed by Iowa banks. With advice, loans, and financial services, banks across Iowa are committed to showing small businesses the way to a stronger tomorrow. Learn more at iowabankers.com.
It's time for state championship basketball from Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines. It's time for the Class 3A state championship game here on Iowa PBS. It'll be West Lyon taking on Unity Christian, who's the 3 seed. A 3-4 matchup here in this championship game. Hi again, everyone. With Laura Leonard, I'm BJ Shaven, and what a matchup here, Laura. Two teams that are playing their best basketball right now and at an appropriate time.
Yeah, both these teams have a lot of offensive weapons, but they also play a lot of defense. I think this game is going to be a grinded-out type of game, and it could come down to the final buzzer.
Well, let's take a look at the resumes on how they got here. First up for West Lyon, the Wildcats making their 5th overall trip to state, their first since 1998. And yeah, look at the history. You've also got one of the state's best post players in this game in junior Brooklyn Meyer. She is sensational, and she is climbing up the school's charts. And for Unity Christian, well, they're very familiar. Playing at Wells Fargo Arena, they won the championships back in 2015 and 16. And look out for the Schoenhoven sisters. The younger sophomore, Gracie, boy, she can play lights out against anyone. And then her elder sister, Janie, well, she's right in tandem with her. Let's go to the Iowa Banker Scholarship. Here's Tim Fitzpatrick.
Each year at the Girls State Basketball Tournament, the Iowa Bankers Association presents the Student Athlete Achievement Award to a student athlete who excels on the court, in the classroom, and in her community. The recipient receives a $1,000 scholarship to the college of her choice. The 2021 Student Athlete Achievement Award winner is Bailey Schaefer from Walk-On High School. Bailey is the daughter of Beth and Bill Schaefer. Presenting the 2021 award is Dennis Lyons from Freedom Bank in Waukon. Congratulations to Bailey Schaefer, and thank you to Dennis Lyons with Freedom Bank and the Iowa Bankers Association for their sponsorship of this award and continued support of the IGHSAU.
Let's take a look at the road to this championship game. It was West Lyon beating West Burlington in the quarters. Unity knocked off Roland Story. And then in the semifinals, West Lyon knocked off the top seed Cherokee, while Unity Christian handled Clear Lake.
Number 11, Taylor Renschler. Number 15, Emma Meyer. Number 21, Gianna Clarenbeek. Number 23, Evie Knobloch. Number 25, Xavier Metzger. Number 33, Morgan Grotwald. Number 35, Emily Terwee. Number 43, Kendra Boot. And number 45, Maddie Johnson. Your assistant coaches, Dana Pashan, Steve Hoff, Jamie Carolyn, and Jeff Hogeveen. And now let's meet your non-starters and assistant coaches for the home team from Unity Christian. Number 2, Josie Bile. Number 10, Kylie DeBoer. Number 11, Naomi Melema. Number 12, Amaya Van Essen. Number 14, Riley Visser. Number 15, Annika Klamping. Number 21, Rebecca Dykstra. Number 22, Emma Biker. And number 33, Daisy Dreesen. Your assistant coaches, John Howarda, Ryan Fetters, and Brooke Zavenbergen. Starters for your 3A championship from West Lyon, a 5'8" senior, number 3, Kennedy Kramer. And for Unity Christian, a 5'6" senior, number 4, Tyra Holstein. For the Wildcats, a 6' senior, number 5, Haley Knobloch. For the Knights, a 6' sophomore, number 20, Tyra Scheidemann. For West Lyon, a 5'7" junior, number 13, Mallory Gramstead. And for Unity Christian, a 5'11" junior, number 23, Jenna Bauma. For the Wildcats, a 6'2" junior, number 31, Brooklyn Meyer. For the Knights, a 5'11" sophomore, number 30, Gracie Schoenhoven. And for West Lyon, a 5'6" sophomore, number 41, Randy Childress. And for Unity Christian, a 5'11" senior, number 34, Janie Schoenhoven. Head coach for West Lyon, Ryan Brasser. And for Unity Christian, Jay Scheidemann. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the area in front of the scorer's bench. Our officials for today's 3A championship, as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Mr. Brian Rodemeyer, Mr. Travis Berkey, Mr. Garrett Wirtz, and your bench official, Mr. Bob Squires. All right, who's ready for state championship basketball?
Laura, what a matchup and what an atmosphere at Wells Fargo Arena. What are the keys to the game for the Wildcats?
Well, what West Lyon needs to do is own the paint. They need to get the ball inside to Brooklyn Meyer and let her work out of that post position. She does a great job of seeing the floor, and they have to value possessions, take care of the basketball, limit turnovers, don't give Unity Christian extra opportunities.
And how about Unity Christian?
They're going to pressure all over the floor. They're going to get out and defend. They average about 15 steals a game, and they want to win each quarter. They want to be the first one to 10 in each quarter.
Unity Christian will win the opening tip-off. They'll be wearing their home white uniforms. West Lyon wearing their navy away uniforms. Again, this is a 3-4 seed matchup. And both teams from Northwest Iowa, they never played during the regular season in a game, but have 9 common opponents. And right away, Janie Schoenhoven gets the quick bucket, and Unity Christian with the lead.
Little dribble drive and floating pass across to the rolling Schoenhoven, who had an easy opportunity.
West Lyon finding Meyer, the baby hook.
Well, I think this is what we're in for. We're going to be in for a battle of the paint, and that's exactly what you need to do if you're West Lyon, is get it inside to Meyer.
Measuring, firing, and it's off the mark for Unity Christian.
That was Schoenhoven. Last time went inside, steps out, faces the basket, brought Meyer away from the basket. So you bring her out and away. That takes away some rebounding opportunities for West Lyon if she's not in and around the basket.
Here's Meyer from 15. Schoenhoven with the board. These two teams we mentioned from Northwest Iowa, about 40 miles apart, never played during the regular season, but they did scrimmage against one another over the Christmas break.
So they do know a little bit about one another and what to expect in this ball game. I'm sure neither coach showed a lot, maybe thinking that, hey, we may end up in that position fighting for a state title later on.
Jenna Bauma with the bucket there, now with 27 points here at the state tournament. Had 10 in the quarters, 15 in the semifinals. And it's a weak side rebound to Kramer to reset things up for the Wildcats. They are looking for Meyer. She's got 3 players. Great pass, great feed, and a great bucket.
That is where she is so valuable and able to see the floor. Double teamed, and she immediately looks pass first and dumps it over to Kramer.
Kennedy Kramer, the 5'8" senior, averaging over 10, ties this one up at 4. Unity going with Gracie Schoenhoven, blocked by Meyer.
Meyer is averaging 7 blocks a game in the tournament. So if you get burned on the outside defensively, you know you have a little backup coming.
One going to be deflected out of bounds. It will belong to Unity Christian. Few minutes in, knotted up at 4. Getting what we expected, and I'm not sensing these teams have some jitters playing in this championship game.
I don't think any jitters at all. They look really good, ready to go to battle.
Schoenhoven can't get the bucket. Unity will keep it alive on the possession.
Good job of cutting off the baseline
Holstein
defensively.
Can't get the shot to fall. Knobloch with the board. Here comes West Lyon. We mentioned this earlier, playing in their first state championship game, the state tournament, actually, a championship game since 1998 when they lost to Solon. And how about this? A triple from the top for Meyer.
You know, coming in, hadn't taken a lot of shots from the top of the key or beyond the perimeter. Coming into the tournament, 7 of 32 from three-point range.
Here's a steal.
You can see defensively how Unity is going to play it. They're going to shoot passing lanes, so you have to step to every pass.
The drive and finish, not there, and Meyer with the rebound. So the South Dakota State recruit has made her presence felt here early on. Has Brooklyn Meyer 2 of 3 from the floor, has a block shot, an assist, and 5 points.
Yeah, she's done a little bit of everything, and she really, you can see her run the floor. She runs the floor so well.
This is off of the knee of Gracie Schoenhoven. West Lyon will get it back. And then we'll get our first subs into the game as West Lyon will go to their bench. Randy Childress will check out. As Graham Stad will look to put it in play here. Meyer on the block, tied up, and it's going to stay with West Lyon.
That time the double team worked, and she was looking to pass out of it. Gave a little pump fake. Here comes the double team, brought it down, and Schoenhoven able to tie her up.
3-point game. Here's Meyer with the left hand.
Great baseline, out of bounds play, a little high-low action out of that. Get it in the free throw line and dump it right back into Meyer.
Unity's 3 off the mark. The putback not there. A foul on Meyer as Emma Biker, who just checked into the game for Unity Christian, will go to the line to shoot 2.
Biker on the weak side rebound, able to pull it, and then got the footwork right, powered it up, and got the contact.
50% free throw shooter on the year, misses the first one. West Lyon jumping out to a 5-point advantage. And able to connect on the second opportunity is Emma Biker. West West Lyon measuring. Find Meyer, the triple team, and it's wide open, and a bank shot for two for Haley Knobloch.
Looked like they were in a zone that time, and as soon as it went into the post, everybody congregated around Meyer, and she just looks to the opposite side and finds an open teammate.
The drive and finish by Janie Schoenhoven. The 5'11 senior gets her 4th point of this championship game.
Boy, she does a nice job of moving without the basketball, and that's twice she has cut down the lane and nobody has picked her up.
Here's Rentschler. In the paint, the 14-footer, no. Unity will set up shot. Here's Schoenhoven in the paint. Won't go, but she is fouled. Great pass from Gracie to Janie Schoenhoven. And the foul will be on Haley Knobloch, her first.
It was a good look, and again, Schoenhoven so active without the ball. She just has a feel of when and where to cut, and her teammates are looking for her.
So West Lyon going to their bench. Emma Meyer will check into the game. The free throw not there, but a rebound by Schoenhoven. Here's Biker with a skip pass. A little too high and hard. Unity will turn it over.
It's that little bit of extra pressure defensively caused that pass to fly out of bounds.
In the opening round game for Unity Christian here at the state tournament, they really gave Roland Story some fits. And the opening quarter was probably one of the best quarters of basketball I've seen at the state tournament in some time. But they switched to the 1-3-1, what they just did right there. And Laura, that's a daunting zone for teams to face.
It's hard to figure out because you don't see it all that often, and you have to figure out where the weak spots are in a 1-3-1. And just going to take them a couple of trips down the floor to figure that out.
West Lyon trying to play hurry up here. They go to the baseline. That's Meyer, and it'll be turned over. Again, that zone really forcing the issue. West Lyon by 3. Schoenhoven, Gracie to Janie. And it's a 1-point game on a big run here by Unity Christian with 1:13 to play here in the opening quarter.
Brooklyn Meyer has done a great job of getting her team started here in this first quarter. They have been able to feed her. She's been able to work in the block. She's done it defensively. She's faced up and knocked some shots down, but Unity has come roaring back with their defense helping them. They have been able to get a couple of steals and convert on those steals.
West Lyon has turned the ball over 4 times, but shooting 56% from the field. Unity Christian off to a slow start by their standards, right at 4 of 12 from the field. And they've turned it over 3 times as well. Unity going to their bench. Josie Bile will come into the game for the first time. As you're watching the Class 3A State Championship, the first of 4 title games here on Iowa PBS today. As West Lyon will bring it up with Kennedy Kramer. Look at that 1-3-1 just extend out.
That's a perfect look at it. You can see it set up right there, the 1-3-1. So the weaknesses are right there in the block on either side because you only have the one defender, but you also have somebody digging down to help out. And Meyer was able to use that power dribble and hang on to it as the double team came.
West Lyon's largest lead was at 6 a few moments ago as Meyer misses the free throw. 69% free throw shooter. Came into this title game averaging nearly a double-double. As Mallory Gramstad will come back into the game, she is in for Emma Meyer. And Brooklyn Meyer able to connect on the free throw now with 8.
And in the tournament, she is averaging a double-double, 17.5 points a game, 12.5 rebounds a game, and to go along with that, 7 blocks a game. So she has been playing at a very high level here at the tournament.
How about the dump down? That is Janie Schoenhoven, who's got 9.
Again, sets the screen, rolls off of it. They give her the nice floater, able to have the awareness of understanding where she is and where the rim is, able to get the feet set and knock it home.
Meyer squares to the bucket, draws a quadruple team, and nearly turned it over. Tied at 12. Let's see if West Lyon will hold for one here. What a quarter to start the 3A title game.
Now that zone has kind of morphed into a 1-2-2.
Here's Meyer, the turnaround. That's money.
That is money, and I was thinking the last time she got the ball down in the block, she got it down around her waist. This time she made the spin move, kept the ball up above her head.
Meyer with 10 to end the opening quarter. It is West Lyon going for their first ever state championship. They lead it after the first quarter of play.
It's the biggest day of my life.
So I walked away from all of it.
Now I'm gonna be part of this country.
My hard work has allowed us to have all these nice things.
There's not for sure future in it,
But it's the best decision that I've ever made.
Coming to Iowa PBS March 19th.
In 1939, millions of our grandparents went to war.
Your grandfather would have been standing upon the indefatigable, witnessing history.
Now 4 Hollywood stars are exploring their family's extraordinary World War II stories.
Gosh, why didn't I know this?
How extraordinary history is, particularly this link of grandchildren and grandparents.
My grandparents' war.
Coming to Iowa PBS April 4th.
Well, there's a look at the West Lyon huddle. They lead at 14-12 after the opening quarter. Their head coach, Ryan Brasser, was quoted as saying, you know, they don't feel a lot of pressure, and they feel confident in the opportunity in playing in this championship game against Unity Christian. Meanwhile, the Knights trying to win another title to bring back home to Northwest Iowa. You know, their biggest thing that they've seen this week out of that team is that, Laura, they have been able to shoot the 3 extremely well, but in this opening quarter, I mean, they've struggled from 3-point shooting. They really haven't taken a lot. They've tried to attack.
They have tried to attack, and I think their motion on the offense has been giving those opportunities to be able to get the mid-range jumper or get all the way to the glass. So right now, they don't need to rely on the perimeter game.
We'll switch it around. Here's the 3 by Holstein. It's off the mark. She'll get her own rebound off the carom of the rim.
And just when we say they don't need the perimeter game, they take one from the outside, but you need that good balance of inside and out.
Balma got the rebound and is tied up, and West Lyon will get it back on the alternate possession.
And there again, once pulling the rebound, bringing it down, and you could see everybody swarm to that basketball to try to get it away from her.
Well, Unity has been able to jump on some opponents throughout the season, including Cherokee. The West Lyon was able to see that as we see the bucket go in by Haley Knobloch here, getting her first basket of the game, and West Lyon extends their lead to 4. Their largest lead was at 6.
It was a nice back cut. The defense just forgot about her on the baseline.
Schoenhoven's 3 is off the mark, and the rebound to Knobloch.
Really nice box out. All you could see was blue jerseys as that shot went up. Everybody boxing out and going after the ball.
Unity settling into the 2-3. This jumper from the baseline rattled in and out. And a rebound for Tyra Scheidemann. Missed a couple of games this year due to injury. Here's Schoenhoven.
And one of those games they lost.
Yeah.
They didn't have her presence in the lineup, and they lost to Cherokee.
Their other loss was to Sioux Center. And Coach Scheidemann said they really never showed up. And boy, did the next opponent pay the price. They put 50 on the board in the first half against Spirit Lake in their very next game the next night. This one's going to be turned over. Over and back will be the call.
That suffocating defense, when you pick up the ball, they just clamp down on you and don't give you any sight lines to be able to make an outlet pass.
West Lyon going back to their bench.
They're still staying in that zone. It's a 1-3-1, but it does flatten out a little bit as the ball rotates.
There's Meyer.
But right in the heart of it, Meyer cut right to the strength of that, right in the middle. Nice little touch pass inside to her.
She's got 12. Unity needing a bucket, won't get one there. And it's going to be tied up. It will stay with the Knights. Here's a look at head coach Ryan Brasser, 6th year overall, 103 wins already.
Got that 100th win in the regional semifinal, so a nice little milestone during their tournament run.
Schoenhoven can't get it. And Kramer with another rebound. Boy, Unity cold from the floor. It's been a while since their last bucket. Force the issue here. It'll be tied up. It's going to stay with West Lyon.
West Lyon has made some sloppy passes, and Christian has been able to get in and get the ball, go the other way, but they haven't been able to capitalize on those because of the cold shooting.
Emma Biker will come back into the lineup. She's in for Jenna Bauma. Here's Meyer in the paint, and they're going to call a foul on the floor against Unity. West Lyon sizzling 57%. Maybe not like what we saw last night with Waukee. My goodness, over 70% for most of the game from the floor.
That was an impressive display last night. Really on both sides. Both teams shot the ball very well. I think at halftime, Johnson was shooting 50%, but Waukee was shooting 81%.
Unity, though, just shooting 26% here. No stranger, West Lyon can play some D as Meyer tied up, and the rebound comes down to Janie Schoenhoven. I mean, West Lyon defensively only allowing opponents at the state tournament an average of 34 points per game. Here's Schoenhoven in the paint. Can't get it to fall.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating, too, because they're getting good looks. They're getting the ball into the middle of the lane. They just can't find the touch right now.
West Lyon by 6.
And by no means are they out of this ball game. They're only down 6, and so that shooting will come. They just need to relax. They just need to see one fall through the hoop for them, and they will relax.
This one going to be turned over. Gracie Schoenhoven out ahead to Biker. To Schoenhoven. Unity out of sorts and still can't get a basket.
I almost feel like they should have pulled that back out and reset. Got everybody down into the front court and settled in and run a good play.
And a jump ball tied up. And Unity Christian will get it back on the alternate possession.
They're keeping themselves in this ball game with their defense.
Yeah.
And then it's just a matter of time before shots start falling for them.
Randy Childress will come back into the game. She's in for Kennedy Kramer for West Lyon. And it looks like Kramer is going to walk off the sideline, going to talk to the trainer. We'll keep an eye on that. Schoenhoven at the high post, gets her pocket picked. To the rack. And West Lyon will maintain the possession here.
Boy, that was good hustle and good trailing of the play to get that rebound and give themselves another opportunity.
6-point game. 2:55 to play in the half. Good patience on the post.
Really good patience and just received that ball again. Showing her ability to see the floor. Myers finds the cutting Knobloch and waits for the defense to fly by.
It's an 8-point lead, largest of the game for West Lyon. And when you think about these two teams, West Lyon, of course, They have a lot of communities that are involved, which would be Larchwood, Albert, Lester, and Granite in northwest Iowa. There's only about 40 miles that separates the two. And of course, Unity Christian and Orange City, they both had to take the long trek. And before the game, we were talking about, okay, how would West Lyon get here? They've got multiple options to get here if they look it up on their Google Maps. And for Unity Christian, it's right down to Highway 20 to 35. But what a long trek each have made. And you know, Unity has really enjoyed their stay here in Des Moines. West Lyon, after the quarterfinal game, went back to northwest Iowa and came back Wednesday. They've been here since. But Unity, kind of an interesting story. They found a partner school to help them out for practices during the state tournament week. In fact, they partnered with Des Moines Christian. Also at their hotel, there's a local community center. And Coach Scheidman was telling us that it's interesting to set up a practice at the local community center when others are wanting to get on the court.
I'm sure it is, and I'm sure everybody was understanding of these young ladies are in town for a reason, and they have got state tournament title on their mind, so I think they were willing to maybe give the floor up for a few hours to allow them to practice.
On the floor for West Lyon, you've got Knobloch, Rentschler, Kramer, Meyer, and Childress. For Unity Christian, the Schoenhoven sisters, and there's a wild shot that goes through. Gracie Schoenhoven gets her first basket of the game.
Got bumped a little off center, but was able to make it go, and that's the first bucket in a long time for Unity Christian.
So you've got Biker, the Schoenhoven sisters, Scheidemann, and Stein, on the floor for Unity Christian. There's Biker on the corner. And the three by Biker. Off, rebound, putback is there for Gracie Schoenhoven, the leading scorer for Unity Christian with back-to-back baskets. And it's a 4-point game here.
Yeah, number 8 in 3A as far as scoring. And now she's kind of come to life, hit the last 2 buckets, and now they've been able to get a turnover. So right after the timeout, they come back out with a little bit renewed sense of energy and are making things happen.
Unity Christian still without a 3-point basket, 0 for 5 from the perimeter, where they've been lights out here at the tournament. Ball deflected up. Schoenhoven ends up with it. Biker at the top. West Lyon with some great defense.
Yeah, really good communication, switching out when they need to in this man-to-man.
In the paint, the turnaround jumper is there for Jenna Bauma. And it's a 2-point game with under a minute to play in the opening half.
You think how useful those timeouts are, and they use that last timeout to their advantage because they have made a nice run.
Shot from the elbow off the mark for Kramer. And here come the Knights with an opportunity to tie it with a lead pass too strong. And they will turn it over for the 7th time.
Bauma had beat everybody down the floor, and they were trying to lead her with that pass just a little too tall. Otherwise, I think we would have been tied up.
You're joining us late, shame on you. West Lyon had built a couple of large leads, 6 and 8 here in the opening half. And now Unity climbing their way back into it with improved shooting. They had a 5.5-minute cold spell here in the first half, did Unity.
They're trying to hold for the last shot, but Unity Christian is challenging that.
It's 3 off the mark. West Lyon will keep it, 5 on the clock. And a foul, and going to the line will be Kennedy Kramer.
Kind of bail out West Lyon on that one. She was rushing that shot to try to beat the clock and gets fouled in the act of shooting. Gets to go to the free throw line.
And able to connect on the first one. That foul, by the way, on Jenna Bauma, her first. Meyer will check out here. And Kramer to the line. And the rebound put back at the horn. Yes! Oh, my!
That will drive an opposing coach nuts. You give that offensive rebound up off of a free throw, especially right before halftime in the buzzer.
West Lyon with a 5-point lead here in the 3A championship. A staple here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament is the ability to highlight the Iowa girl and the champions. It's time now to look at our Parade of Champions.
One of the oldest traditions of the Girls State Basketball Tournament is to recognize all of the state champions from the previous year in the Parade of Champions. Due to COVID-19, we're unable to have the champions from the last year here in person, but we still want to honor them today by presenting a virtual parade. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Parade of Champions. Beginning with basketball, the Class 1A champions, Coach Dick Jungers and the Newell Fonda Mustangs. Champions of Class 2A, the Lynx from North Lynn and Coach Brian Wheatley. The Class 3A state champions, Coach Darren Koolstra and the Sioux City Bishop Heelan Crusaders. State champions in Class 4A, the Lancers from North Scott and Coach TJ Case. The Class 5A state champions, Coach Chad Gillick and the Johnston Dragons. Presenting the 2020 state champions in softball, the Class 1A champs, the Clarksville Indians and Coach Katie Wedeking. State champions in Class 2A, Coach Mike Moses and the Ogden Bulldogs. State champions in Class 3A, the Lady D's from Albia with coaches Darren Hill and Janny Dorpinghouse. The Class 4A state champions, the Winterset Huskies and Coach Steve Corcoran. The state softball champions from Class 5A, Coach Madison LeClaire and the Cougars from Cedar Rapids, Kennedy. Presenting the 2020 state cross-country champions, Class 1A team champion, Coach Holly Peterson and the Hudson Pirates. The Class 2A state champions, the Mid-Prairie Hawks and Coach Mark Hostetler. The Class 3A state cross-country champions, the Bombers from Ballard and Coach Scott Barth. The Class 4A state champions, Coach Pat Hennis and the Johnston Dragons. Now let's meet the individual champions from the 2020 state cross-country meet. The Class 1A individual champion from Key High, Haley Meyer. The Class 2A cross-country individual champion from Mid-Prairie, Danielle Hostetler. The Class 3A individual champion, Shawai Johnson from Ballard. The Class 4A individual state champion from Dubuque Hempstead, Keely Lightson. Moving to the 2020 state volleyball champions, the state champions in Class 1A, the Nikes from Burlington, Notre Dame, and Coach Mike Davis. The Class 2A volleyball state champions, the Dike New Hartford Wolverines, and Coach Diane Harms. State volleyball champions in Class 3A, Coach Brian Tabbert and the Green Devils from Osage. The Class 4A state champions, Coach Austin Filer and the Saints from Cedar Rapids Xavier. The Class 5A state volleyball champions, the Ankeny Hawkettes and Coach Dave Wims. Presenting the 2020 champions in swimming and diving, the Little Cyclones from Ames High School and Coach Joe Fisher.
Now let's meet the state bowling champions that were crowned last week at the 2021 Girls State Bowling Tournament. The state bowling champions in Class 1A, they're the Weiza Muscatine Falcons with Coach Al Jordan. The Class 2A state bowling champions, Coach Gary Brady and the Lamar's Bulldogs. The Class 3A state bowling champions, the Ottumwa Bulldogs and Coach Doug Teckel. The 2021 state individual champion from Class 1A from Vinton Shellsburg, Christina Harrelson. The Class 2A individual bowling champion, Stephanie Burge from Waterloo East. The individual bowling champion in Class 3A from Cedar Rapids, Jefferson, Savannah Edmonds.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Parade of Champions.
West Lyon with a 23-18 lead. Well, the 2021 Iowa Girls High School Basketball Championships marks 1 year since a global pandemic changed our daily lives. And it's been a year of perseverance for Iowa girls as they found both community and a collective mission in the face of adversity. Here's Sievers to Lorenz. And the lead and the championship for Newell Fonda.
That is a comeback for the ages. What a game.
As the lights went down on the 2020 Iowa girls basketball season, nobody had any idea what lay ahead.
Coronavirus infections have passed the 500,000 mark worldwide.
3.3 million Americans filed for unemployment benefits in the last week alone.
Open up your trunk, thank you.
With much of the country in quarantine, Iowans came to terms with a global pandemic. Decision makers were faced with difficult choices, including the executive director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, Jean Berger.
Remember, this is all new. We have no playbook. You're just operating sort of in this vacuum. Schools are shut down. Our sports are shut down. Our kids are not working with coaches. We made the decision not to have any of our spring sports.
When Coach had to call that meeting and say, "Sorry, ladies, there's no season," what was your emotion?
I look back on it now and I just wish that I spent like 5 more minutes on the field, like just taking it all in, like taking deep breaths, like, wow, this was my last time. I definitely wish that I had just one more moment, like on the field with my best friends.
The season kept getting pushed back and delayed. Pitchers and catchers knew that we couldn't be taking this time off. So we all found like open field somewhere wherever we could go to pitch together and catch together.
By summer 2020, COVID-19 was a fact of life. The IGHSAU chose to let each district decide for themselves whether or not to participate in summer sports.
A softball coach said, just tell us what we need to do and we'll do it. We'll do anything you want us to do so we can play. And they did.
We are on the way to a beautiful evening in Fort Dodge.
State championship is #1 goal when you're in a sport. That's everyone's goal. And so we kind of kept that in the back of our mind.
Cheyenne Barron, she's a .507 hitter.
Take our temperature before each practice, before each game. How to sanitize all of our equipment. We had our own bats and our own helmets. And during games, we had to take the ball into the dugout with us instead of leaving it at the pitcher's mound.
We weren't able to stay in the dorms. If we had a regular season, we would have stayed in the dorms there. And so we drove back every day, like 2.5 hours every day, twice.
We learned so much. So we took that into our fall championships and into volleyball especially.
Keep a safe distance away, always sanitizing balls, sanitizing hands, not sharing really any equipment at all.
With all the crazy going on in the world, like we knew we had volleyball to always just play and rely on that. So we wanted to take advantage of it, and that's what we were going to do. We're just going to play, compete, and have fun.
If this is what we have to do, especially for like the seniors like Fiona and I, this is our last chance to play, and because of these circumstances, like we're just going to have to do what we have to do.
State championship for Clarksville, 5th time's the charm.
I think it is really important to note that we got cut short of some games and some practices. We had to like work on our own and do our own thing on our own to keep at it and to still improve every single day.
As the seasons changed, so did case counts. With winter approaching, Iowans were reminded that nothing in 2020, least of all a schedule, is guaranteed.
When you get the news that there's been a stoppage and we're going virtual before we were able to play our first game, then you have another stoppage for the holiday break. And we get shut down with COVID for 10 days.
Having to watch other teams play, there's a perspective that you don't get by playing every night. And so they're glad at the opportunity to play it, even if it's to practice for one night. And so they're not taking anything for granted at this point.
That research on mental health, that really struck a chord with me about what kids had been giving up.
Losing something that you're that passionate about affects a lot.
Honestly, for me, I kind of just didn't think about that we were in a pandemic. I was just focused in the moment because you're never going to get that back. So I didn't want to hold back any of the energy or any of that.
I was giving up some hits, but
the best part of it was just being able to go out there and compete and forget about what was all going on around us. We were all just like banding together to support each other. Just being able to get out of the house and like see sports.
And that smile says it all.
Everyone just seemed so excited.
Very emotional testament to what we've all endured over the last 365 days plus. Well, West Lyon right now here in the Class 3A state championship game has a 5-point lead over Unity Christian. We'll be right back.
You don't know where the story might take you. Whether it'll be comedy or tragedy, or the story about love.
The game, Mrs. Hudson, is on.
Classic, timeless, adventurous, individual, rebellious, never afraid to make a statement.
Those who've been made can be unmade.
Let there be no mistake. I am going to shake things up.
I couldn't possibly comment.
The world, love, people. What a gift it is to be alive.
I didn't expect it to be so beautiful. Marvelous.
You don't have to compromise. What are you waiting for?
And make a wish for whatever your heart desires.
The biggest day of my life.
So I walked away from all of it.
Now I'm gonna be part of this country.
My hard work has allowed us to have all these nice things. There's not for sure future in it,
but it's the best decision that I've ever made.
Coming to Iowa PBS March 19th.
Are you a member of an organization or part of a school looking for engaging, free resources for kids? Our highly trained staff, many former educators, are ready to come meet your educational needs at no charge. Iowa PBS participates in STEM festivals and school events, provides professional development to teachers, and educational opportunities to families and informal educators. Contact Educational Services to find out how Iowa PBS can support learners of all ages.
23-18, West Lyon with the advantage over Unity Christian as we're about ready to get the second half underway. And Laura, what we saw in this first half was West Lyon was able to get their game they played all season out onto the court.
Yeah, and they were able to get the ball inside, and that's where they did most of their damage. But I think the biggest damage was the bucket right before the end of the buzzer. They got the offensive rebound off the free throw and the putback and ran to the locker room at halftime.
Yeah, Emily Turwee is a part of the first half highlights here as we take a look at it. What all occurred here in this first half?
Well, as you had mentioned, the ball was going inside early and often for both sides. They were able to find distance and room in the middle to work, and then defense, I think, for both sides really stepped it up, especially in the second quarter. But Unity Christian was able to work that pick and roll. They got the ball inside, but the passing of Brooklyn Meyer out of the post to find open teammates, and there's the bucket right at the end of the buzzer, right before halftime. It rolled around and hit every part of the rim, and that gives them a big bit of momentum.
Well, here's your statistics. You see that West Lyon is shooting about 48% from the field. Unity Christian, pretty cold, 0 for 6 from three-point range and 8 of 25 from the floor. Rebounds about even, turnovers about even in the second half. Laura, what's got to change here for Unity Christian to get the W?
Well, they certainly have to start getting some shots from the outside. They're still in this ball game, and I'm, again, going back to the shot right before the buzzer. That gives momentum to West Lyon, but I think Unity Christian they've stepped up the defense. They're staying in this ball game with their defense. Now they need to get the good balance of perimeter scoring to go with the inside scoring.
Well, there's a look at Unity Christian in their huddle, 24-2 on the year, playing in this state title game, trying to win their first championship since 2016. On the other side for the West Lyon Wildcats, Ryan Brasser, what do you think he's telling his team right now?
They need to continue to do what they have been doing and maybe cut down on some of the turnovers. Make sure of your passes. They had a little bit of sloppy passing throughout that first half, and Unity Christian was able to get into the passing lane and steal, but not convert. And so I think you need to shore that up. Make sure you have the ball in your hand, step to every pass, but continue on the path that you were in the first half.
Starting five for each out on the floor. For West Lyon, that's Kramer, Knobloch, Gramstead, Meyer, and Childress. And for Unity Christian, Holstein, Scheidemann, Bauma, and the Schoenhoven sisters. Here inside, the Meyer left it short. And Janie Schoenhoven with another rebound. That is going to be her 9th in the game. Nearing a double-double is she.
They tried to go right back into the middle, and you could see the defense surround her, and she tried to kick it back out. Couldn't get what they wanted, and then they reset. Now they're going to get another opportunity. So need to just not get too ahead of themselves, relax, and run the offense the way they've run it all season long.
Unity Christian being patient offensively here as they'll work it with Gracie Schoenhoven. And how about that? Now with her 6th point of the state championship game. She had 50 now for the state tournament. Does Gracie Schoenhoven.
Yeah, she's had quite a tournament. 24 in the first game and 20 in the semis.
One tipped up. West Lyon gets the offensive rebound.
And they're trying to spread the floor, get that defense spread out a little bit.
Here's Meyer, draws the double team. And the rebound to Holstein. Schoenhoven sisters to work. And Janie gets the bucket. And this is a 1-point game. Whoa, Viola. We got ourselves one here as we're into the 3rd quarter of play.
We didn't have a lot of that connection in the first half between the Schoenhoven sisters, and that has changed so far here in the 3rd quarter.
West Lyon will play it in from the baseline. Kramer up top to Knobloch. And a travel will be called. And West Lyon will turn it over for the 8th time in this game.
Again, the defense right there, just active hands, getting in, trying to strip the basketball, causing the turnover.
Schoenhoven down low and able to find Tyra Scheidemann for the bucket. And for Tyra, that's her first point here of the state championship game. She came into this contest averaging in double figures.
And what a great backdoor cut and a great look and lead pass.
And Unity with their first lead since 7:14 to play in the first quarter. They fought all the way back, down twice, once by 6, the other time by 8. West Lyon now needing a bucket.
And you can hear the crowd has started getting into it and pumping up Unity Christian a little bit. Now they have the momentum on their side. They've come out strong here in the 3rd quarter.
The West Lyon crowd up on their feet. And a foul as that ball was entered into Bauma. And this is going to be called against Mallory Gramstad. The 5'7" junior will pick up her first. In fact, Gramstad, her mom played in the 1998 state championship game. As you see, the Wildcats able to create the steal here. Gramstad shot off the mark, and the rebound to Scheidemann.
So going back to that tradition, Gramstad's mom played, Randy Childress's mom played, as did her aunt, and several other aunts of these players, the Knoblauchs, the Renchlers, Myers, and Kramers. Their aunt also played on that 1997-98 team.
Meyer created the havoc with the block on Bauman. It's tied up. It's going to stay with Unity Christian here.
A nice entry pass.
And a travel will be called against Unity Christian.
Meyer right there poking it away from behind, causing the travel.
Unity Christian, with everyone back from last season's team that actually lost in the first round against MOC Floyd Valley here at the state tournament a year ago. And there's a look at Scheidemann going to the bench. Grimacing in a little bit of pain as Emma Biker will come in for the first time here in the late half. They find Meyer at the high post, and coming in late was Gracie Skonoven, and she'll be whistled for the foul.
Doing a good job of trying to get her established again, trying to get the ball to Meyer. She's been a little quiet lately.
Westline has yet to score here in the second half. Right on cue. Haley Knoblauch with the bucket. She's got 6.
That was a no-look pass. I was blind faith that Knoblauch was going to be there, and she just bounced it around the defenders.
Skonoven can't get the one-timer. And a heads-up play as West Lyon will get the ball back. Boy, smart play there by Mallory Gramstad.
Going out of bounds and turns around and sees that she can bounce it off and be able to maintain possession for her team.
1-point game so far here in the late half. Unity Christian has outscored Westline 6-2. And a foul, and the Wildcats will go to the line as Jeannie Schoenhoven will pick up the foul. That'll be her second.
Knoblauch doing a great job with that jump stop and waiting for the defense to clear and going back up, able to draw the foul and get to the free throw line. Can't cash in on the first one.
Four-sport athlete, plays volleyball, softball, and track, and gets the second one to go through. A lot of four-sport athletes on both of these teams.
Yeah, a lot of volleyball, cross-country runners, playing basketball, softball, and when you get into towns and communities like this, everybody plays every sport. And these teams have been successful in the other sports as well, so it tells you there's a lot of good athletes at these schools.
It tells me, too, they've got they can recruit because you can't have just a one-sport person in your community. You got to get them to play.
You've got to go out and say, hey, you know what? We need you on the softball team. We need you on the track team, and convince them that they could be utilized on all of those teams.
West Lyon will turn it over for the 9th time. Everything seems a little bit more measured here, Laura, in the second half by both teams in a tight contest.
Yeah, a little more cautious, not taking as many chances here in the second half.
Here's Biker. And going to the line will be Unity Christian, as Tyra Scheidemann will go to the line as she was fouled on the shot.
I think Rentschler is going to pick up that foul. Scheidemann doing a great job of pulling that rebound, keeping it up, going up strong with the power move and drawing the contact.
Able to knock down the free throw, a 70% free throw shooter on the year. Holstein will check out here right now. As Unity shakes up their lineup a little bit, Josie Bio will be in for the first time in the late half. And we are tied up at 26. And a timeout going to be taken here by West Lyon with 2:47 to play here in the third quarter.
Well, a nice job by Unity Christian to come out really strong in this third quarter, because you go back to the end of the second, the momentum heading West Lyon's direction. Unity Christian made some nice adjustments in the locker room at halftime and got refocused.
Brooklyn Meyer had 12 at the half. She has yet to take a shot here in the second half, 5 of 8 from the floor. What is Unity doing to stop her, and how can West Lyon get her more involved?
Well, the defense, again, is collapsing down, and I think that West Lyon did a better job in the first half of passing out of that quicker. They are allowing that double and triple team to get set around Meyer, and then they're grasping at the basketball, tying her up or making it difficult for her to pass out. So a little bit quicker entry, a little bit quicker looking and surveying the floor to get it out of there as well.
Tied at 26, and that was a great shot. And as you look at Kramer bring it up against that 1-3-1, that will welcome her as the Wildcats get it into the half court. Trying to avoid the trap. They do get it into Meyer, draws a triple team right away, and it will be tied up.
And she did everything right. I mean, she kept the ball up above her head. She got the elbows out to try to keep the defenders away, but they were still able to get in there. And again, you could see 3 white jerseys all the way around her.
That was Josie Bio listed at 5'3" that tied her up. Meyer, too strong with the shot. We're still tied at 26.
And you could see how hard she had to rip it through the defense, though, to be able to get a shot.
So Unity Christian has fought their way back down by 8 to take a lead. Now tied. Here's Meyer for 3. Can't get it to fall. West Lyon with the board. Great pass down on the block. And now from the corner, you bet! A 3-pointer for Mallory Gramstad.
Inside out, and the adjustment that they made, they brought Meyer out away from the basket, put Knobloch in the middle, and were able to work inside out.
That's the second 3 of the game for West Lyon, and the answer on this end. Scheidemann able to bury the triple.
Scheidemann is stepping up here in the second half. You mentioned average about 9 points a game coming into this tournament.
What a contest. Tied at 29 nearing the 1-minute mark here in the third quarter.
You know, neither team really hits 3-pointers, and then they both come down and knock down 3-pointers back to back.
Meyer hit the deck hard. Unity with numbers, and they'll turn it over.
So the pace of play is heating up a little bit. A few more turnovers, as we talked about at the beginning of the third quarter. A little bit more measured, a little bit more controlled, and now they're starting to heat things up again.
Holstein and Baumel will come back into the game for Unity. Biker and Bio will step out. Meyer ways away from the basket, still draws a double team.
The one thing it does keep her out away from the basket. They're still paying attention to her, but it will open up things more in the middle.
Meyer begging for the ball, got the high skip pass, now down to the corner. Gramstad can't hit the shot, and it's a dead ball rebound to Unity Christian.
So that's the adjustment that West Lyon has made. They're bringing Meyer out of the middle, putting her on the perimeter.
Unity Christian owns the possession arrow. Gonna go to Schoenhoven at the high post. And we have a whistle, and a 3-second violation is gonna be called against Unity Christian.
Schoenhoven got in there and got the ball, but couldn't find an outlet, and gets called for the 3 seconds.
Tied at 29. West Lyon will run it ahead. They'll go to the post, and it's turned over. And that will be the end of the third quarter. So we will go to the final 8 minutes of play, just like we started. All knotted up. You're watching the Class 3A state championship game here on Iowa PBS.
We're the Nestricks. We have a 5-year-old son named Landon. Landon chose PBS more than us choosing it for him.
PBS had a special on Pearl Harbor, and once he started watching the show about the Arizona, he completely became fascinated. Everything that he learns from the show, he continues to teach others about it as well. And then his Christmas wish was to meet Donald Stratton, one of the survivors from the Arizona.
That's Donald Stratton, and that's me.
He got to meet his hero, finally face-to-face in person in Washington, D.C.
So good to see you, buddy. How you been?
It kind of touches my heart to know that he cares and has that much passion about that.
This is for you.
Thank you, big guy.
I look at everything that Landon has learned from PBS, and it's immeasurable. Everybody is big enough to do something. He is living proof of the effect that PBS has had on his life.
Tied at 29. Laura, break this one down. What does each team need to do here? It's been counterpunch, punch, counterpunch all the way through here.
Well, we knew it was going to be back and forth. We knew it was going to be a grind to score points. And it's going to definitely come down to defense. But I think whoever takes care of the basketball with each possession, the fewest amount of turnovers for either one of these teams is going to win the ball game. And you have to be efficient on offense, can't force things, but continue to play the defense the way you have been playing defense throughout the first 3 quarters.
Really, this is the most competitive game for each team here at the state tournament. So let's see how this one shakes out. Unity will have the ball to begin the final quarter of play. Schoenhoven will fire and hit a 3 to begin the fourth quarter. Gracie Schoenhoven, the sophomore, able to drill that one down.
It's a big bucket to start the quarter, and they left her open, and she just sized it up and knocked it down.
She has 9 in the game, and Unity will bring it ahead with Holstein. They go to the high post. Schoenhoven down to the block. That one off the mark, but the putback is there for Janie Schoenhoven, and Unity has their largest lead here at 5.
What a great high-low initially, and then a great crash by Schoenhoven to the opposite side to get the putback. Now they're really extending that defense out.
And a turnover. And hold the phone. We have a whistle. Trying to get some clarification. It's turned over. Unity Christian turned it over, so West Lyon will have the ball back. Five-point game. West Lyon has only scored 6 here in the second half. They've been outscored by 10, and a foul going to be called on the weak side against West Lyon. That's going to be go against Haley Knobloch, second.
And on that possession, you really felt like West Lyon needed to score. You can't allow Unity Christian to go on a run here right at the beginning of the third quarter.
Here's Schoenhoven in the paint. There's a skip pass to Bauman. Inside Schoenhoven. Janie Schoenhoven puts her team up by 7 with 6:20 to play here in the contest, and a timeout taken here by West Lyon. Janie Schoenhoven with 15 points here in this 3A title game.
we have seen Schoonhoven do such a good job of shooting the gap in the lane and finishing at the rim, and it seems like Unity Christian here in the fourth quarter has just upped their game offensively. They seem to have a better flow and understanding of what they need to do on the offensive end.
Well, for West Lyon, I mean, this is a team that actually trailed in the regional final game twice late against Heelan. Actually came back to win it 47-41, but Laura, they need some offense, which has been tough to come by here in the second half.
Well, they did. They've made the adjustment to bring Meyer out away from the basket. I think maybe now you put her back down in the block, let that defense congregate around her, and let her use her passing ability to kick it out to the shooters, either on the perimeter or mid-range jumpers. They just need to get a bucket here with this possession.
So Unity out on the floor with their starting five, and Olstein, Scheidemann, Bauma, and Gracie and Janie Schoonhoven for West Lyon. It'll be their starting five, and Kennedy Kramer, Haley Knobloch, I beg your pardon, Taylor Rentschler now into the game, along with Brooklyn Meyer and Randy Childress.
And they've kind of switched up. Looks like 2-3 zone now.
Meyer's shot partially blocked, and Unity to get the ball.
They have had such active hands defensively. Really, on every pass, every shot, they've had their hand in on it, and now another bucket, and they are hot right now.
Olstein with a triple, and it's a 10-point lead for Unity Christian.
You know, it's been back and forth, and you always try to limit runs in a basketball game, and right now, Unity Christian on a big-time run, and with all the momentum.
13th turnover. Now West Lyon going to apply some pressure.
You got to do something to kind of shake things up and see if you can get a stop here. And a good job of breaking that pressure basically by passing through it and getting set up, and they can afford to be patient now.
Opponents here at the state tournament, Unity has held them to just 42 points per game, and they've really clamped it down here in the second half, but also the three-point shot has returned for the Knights, as they are 3 of 4 in the second half from downtown. Here's Bauma.
Got a good look, the dribble drive, everybody got down on the baseline. That left Bauma open. Just a little too strong off the back iron.
From the corner. And the putback. And this is going to stay with West Lyon. Still plenty of time here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, there's lots of time. There's no need to panic. But if you do have those good looks at the three-point shot, you got to pull the trigger on them. And they're doing a good job of crashing the boards.
This one left short, and the rebound to Gracie Schoonhoven. And stepping on the baseline, Unity Christian, Bauma will turn it over.
They're finding those openings on the defense down low on the baseline. That pass just led her a little too far to go out of bounds, and Unity Christian outscoring West Lyon 10-0 here to start the fourth quarter.
Meyer will try to drive it into traffic. And the Knights will end up with it. Some empty possessions, and a timeout going to be taken here by Unity Christian. 4:08 to play. And Unity now with 3 timeouts remaining and a 10-point advantage. And if you're Jay Scheidemann, what are you telling your team exactly here?
Need to keep up the pressure, and that was one of the keys that we talked about. Pressure, pressure, pressure. And they have really turned it up here in the fourth quarter. That's been the difference for them. And now all of a sudden West Lyon's gone a little cold. I think they're getting a little tight, a little nervous. They just need to get a bucket, and it looks like they might be forcing a few things and in the middle. And so they need to get to a spot where they can get an easy look, an easy bucket, and then that should calm them down and hopefully get them back into this ball game to try to make a run at Unity Christian.
Well, the Schoenhoven sisters have taken over the state tournament. In this championship game, they have 24 for Unity Christian. As you look at Gracie about ready to put the ball in play, and Coach Guideman says they are just as tight off the court as they are on the court. In fact, they always ask him to open up the gym on Sundays, and you'd think, okay, get some shots up. No, they don't play basketball. They run and actually do workouts, in particular ab workouts. Quite a story between the two, and he says they're just as great of people off the court as they are on. As you look at Meyer able to get the steal, and West Lyon trying to run it ahead with some numbers. Kramer. Kennedy Kramer with the basket.
They almost were able to get the steal, but Kramer with the strong hands was able to retrieve that ball and go all the way.
8-point game, 3:25 to play. Man-to-man defense here for West Lyon. Bauma, the give and go. Meyer thought she got a clean block, but Jenna Bauma will head to the line to shoot some free throws. And that'll be the second called against Meyer.
They have just really run their offense to perfection here in the fourth quarter. They're moving so well, cutting without the ball. The passes are right on target.
Able to knock down the free throw is Bauma, and I think Brooklyn Meyer had that terrific first quarter of play. And since then has been held to just 2 points. And Bauma able to connect on both. Back to a 10-point game with 3 to play.
If you're West Lyon, you need to start being a little more efficient, a little quicker on offense.
Meyer can't get the shot to fall. And Janie Schoenhoven with the rebound. That's a double-double big time for Janie Schoenhoven. 15 points, 15 rebounds here in the 3A title game. Bauma has her shot blocked, and it will stay with Unity Christian.
And how about Janie Schoenhoven? She's the career leader at Unity Christian in points scored, over 1,500 points. She's second on the career rebounds, over 900. And top 10 in steals with nearly 200. So doing a little bit of everything, climbing up the career leaderboard at Unity Christian.
Foul here on West Lyon. In fact, is signed on to play at Dort, has Janie Schoenhoven.
You know, we talked about the connections with West Lyon and moms of these players that had played prior to them in the state tournament. Well, the Schoenhoven's mom, Donna, played for Sibley in 1985. So I think that's the best part about this state tournament, is all the heritage and all the tradition of moms and aunts and cousins that have played before them in this state tournament.
Foul whistled against Taylor Rentschler, her second. You know, and that was 6-on-6 basketball in '85 for Sibley.
Yeah, a lot of we're starting to kind of lose the 6-on-6 flair of those players that had played that wonderful game. Still a few that are hanging around, but the tradition is there, and that's where it all started.
Meyer will pick up her third. Janie Schoenhoven to the line. And able to knock it down. Unity Christian came into the state tournament averaging over 70 points a game. Schoenhoven 1 out of 2. And they've got an 11-point lead. Shot off the mark. And Unity Christian has picked up their shooting after a very cold start. They went for a 5-minute stretch without a field goal in the first half. Have really turned things around here in the second half, outscoring West Lyon 23-24 to 8 right now.
Well, they have really turned the tide, and great adjustments at halftime. of what they needed to do. They came out on a mission starting that third quarter and really have done a great job of holding down this West Lyon offense.
Skydeman able to knock them both down. The three by Meyer off the mark. And this will go to Unity Christian. So 1:57 to play. Unity Christian sensing championship here, as West Lyon will try to continue to shuffle defense for offense substitutions here.
And you could see probably a little bit of a force with that last shot. Maybe a little panic setting in, but they do need to score in a hurry. And they're going to get a timeout as it was getting close to a violation, not getting the ball over the half-court line.
Jay Skydeman not wanting to give West Lyon an easy possession. As you're right, that 10 count was on. Well, we've got more championships to come your way today here on Iowa PBS. Just getting things started with Laura Leonard. I'm BJ Shaven. Coming up next will be the Class 4A title game. That'll start right around 1:30 today as Glenwood will take on Ballard. And then, of course, in the Class 2A championship game, our good friend Paul Yeager will be by to call that one as Maquoketa Valley will take on Dyke New Hartford. And then to cap it off tonight at 6:30, how about this for a rematch in Class 1A? Bishop Garrigan and Newell Fonda. Can't wait for these championships. What a buffet of basketball here today on Iowa PBS.
Now, this has been a good one to get us started off today, and we're going to have more great competition as the day wears on.
Mind you, really the only buffet we would recommend right now. And it's a good one for everything that we've seen here. Here's a foul going to be called on West Lyon, as Skydeman will head back to toe the line.
He's been perfect from the free throw line so far today.
Nine points and didn't score until the second half.
We got several seniors on this Unity Christian team that will graduate and are going to go on and play basketball at Dordt. You had mentioned that Janie Schoenhoven is going to go to Dordt. So is Tyra Holstein. But Josie Bile is going to go to Dordt and play soccer. But they're going to bring back a lot of key players to this team, and we might see them down here again, and this could be a rematch for next year.
The guards will be graduating for West Lyon, but you've got Gramstead, Meyer, and Childress returning for West Lyon. And guess who's coming back to the free throw line again?
Well, that would be Skydeman.
Tyra, she's not paying rent there. She has ownership of that free throw line here for Unity Christian in the second half, and able to connect on the free throw there. She is now 6 of 7 from the line with 11 points. And able to knock it down. And what a tournament it's been this week too, Laura. A little bit different than in years past. The shuffling in and out after every game. They clear the arena. And in fact, the three here by West Lyon unable to fall down. And rebound to Janie Schoenhoven. She's fouled immediately by Meyer, and that'll be her fourth as Schoenhoven will come down. But, you know, it was different. But the Iowa girl, again, leads the way in showing not only the state of Iowa, but the country, how things can be done safely and appropriately. And as you see West Lyon clearing out their bench, Meyer getting a big hand as she'll check out, along with those other seniors and Kramer and Knobloch. Schoenhoven, first free throw off the mark. Back in the scouting section this year, section 119, it was hopping.
Yeah.
It was like a reunion every game. You'd go out and you'd come back in as the free throw is knocked down. A lot of college coaches were able to have some scouts here, but not like what it normally is. But you see Schoenhoven, big bear hug by their head coach, Jay Scheidemann.
Well, it's just a testament to the girls' union and how they were able to work with everyone and be able to put this tournament on, and had to make a few adjustments, but we are here playing basketball, and I think the teams, the coaches, the players are just so grateful that they're having the opportunity this year to compete for state titles.
And Unity Christian will hold on to it. 35 seconds to play. And Unity Christian going to be winning their 3rd state basketball title. They won titles in 2015 and 2016, all under Jay Scheidemann. Ran through the War Eagle Conference with a 10-0 record this year, and will finish the season at 25-2.
Got a pretty good little nucleus coming back for next season, as does West Lyon.
And a timeout going to be taken by Ryan Brasser just to get some people into the game as you take a look at Unity. Also getting their players in, and Coach Scheidemann congratulating each one of those players that have come in and out. Lots of smiles on that night sideline as we see the final seconds tick down here in the Class 3A state championship game.
Well, and what a dominant performance in the second half by Unity Christian, outscoring West Lyon 30-8. And that tells you that they went in to the locker room, they discussed what they needed to do, and came out and executed a plan.
And that's it. Unity Christian, your Class 3A state champion. They came in as the 3 seed, and they walked and ran and shot their way to a Class 3A title. Unity Christian winners over West Lyon 48-31. The final here at Wells Fargo Arena, and hand out the t-shirts.
Well, tears of joy on one side, tears of sadness on the other. It was a really well-played game, and Unity Christian just too much in the second half. They really got their game going offensively. They came out right away, knocked down some shots at the beginning of the third quarter, and they threw that punch, and it kind of knocked West Lyon off their feet, and it took them a little time to readjust, and they never really got their footing back underneath them.
So we will have the announcement of the all-tournament team here coming up momentarily, plus the presentation of the trophies.
We talk about these two teams. They are going to graduate some key players, but they have a lot of players back, and they've got that winning tradition behind them that you're probably going to see them make some noise when basketball season starts next fall.
The Girls State Basketball Championship presented by Iowa Farm Bureau Class 3A All-Tournament Team. Presenting the awards is Craig Hill, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau and Executive Director of the IGH-SAU, Gene Berger. Joining him are members of the IGH-SAU Board of Directors, Ron Fodness, Jim Beamer, Travis Fleschner, Deanne Kramer, Russ Adams, and Greg Ebling. The Class 3A All-Tournament Team. From Unity Christian, Tyra Scheidemann. From Unity Christian, Gracie Schoenhoven. From Cherokee, Jermaine Nichols. From West Lyon, Haley Knobloch. From West Lyon, Brooklyn Meyer. And your Class 3A All-Tournament Team Captain, from Unity Christian, Janie Skonoven.
So what an all-tournament team here. And social distancing before the picture. Now we can bring it all in. As Janie Skonoven is your all-tournament team captain. What a group right there.
That is a great group, and they all had amazing tournaments, and the performances that they put on, it's just fun to watch them all week long.
Now time for the trophy presentation.
Now, fans, please help us recognize your 2021 Class 3A runner-up, the West Lyon Wildcats, and head coach Ryan Bresser. Fans, 2 weeks ago, their ticket was a punch to get here, and now today they redeem it as your 2021 Class 3A champion, the Unity Christian Knights and head coach Jay Scheidemann.
Unity Christian, a winner over West Lyon in the 3A title game, 48-31. Your thoughts?
Huge second half, got Unity Christian the championship. They did it on offense, they did it on defense, but both of these teams, I predict, will be back here at the state tournament next year.
Well, Unity Christian, your Class 3A title winner, as they knock down West Lyon 48-31. We have more championships on the way here on Iowa PBS. Coming up at 1:30, it's the 4A title game as Glenwood will take on Ballard. That'll be coming your way at 1:30. For Lauren Leonard, the rest of the crew, I'm BJ Shaven saying so long for a little bit as you're watching the Girls State Basketball Championships here on Iowa PBS.
Funding provided by...
You work hard to feed them well. That's why at Fairway, we're committed to our foundation of personalized service while treating our customers like family and valuing our employees. Fairway Meat and Grocery, that's what we're all about.
By Muscle Lighting, the sports lighting specialists, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
Small businesses are the backbone of Iowa's communities, and they are backed by Iowa banks. With advice, loans, and financial services, banks across Iowa are committed to showing small businesses the way to a stronger tomorrow. Learn more at iowabankers.com.